Oedipus the King, Part 2, by Sophocles, translated by Nicholas Rudall. Drama. About the playwright. Sophocles, born 496 BC, died 406 BC, was one of three classical Athenian playwrights who together created the basic theatrical conventions of Greek tragedy, the foundation of drama in Western civilization. The other two were Aeschylus and Euripides. Before these three great dramatists, Greek theater consisted of static recitations performed by a chorus and a single actor. Aeschylus added a second actor, creating the possibility of a true dialogue. When Sophocles added a third actor, complex relationships emerged in Greek drama. Oedipus the King, Part 2, by Sophocles. Translated by Nicholas Rudall.
Let me walk humble in the paths of righteousness. Let my life be simple and full of awe for things divine. Let my tongue be free of arrogance. Let me never seek too much, for the gods live high in their imperial grace. We alone are frail and mortal. They live forever. Oblivion will not cloud their everlasting power. A tyrant is born from a womb of arrogance, and insolence grows fat, fed by empty riches. He scales the dizzying cliffs and grasps the crown, but then his foot falters, and he will fall and lie crumpled in the dust. May the gods protect the man who loves his country, burns with the flame of his love for the state. God is my eternal hope. In God I trust. In God I wait for death. But the proud man, the man who spits in the face of justice, the man who scorns the altars of the gods, that man will lose his empty dreams in the whirlwind of God's fire. Greed will cut him down, for he will never freely touch the divine with hands that are sullied with money. God's lightning will strike the arrogant, strike the sinner. In cities where there is no chorus that will sing God's truth, fools will ever honor the wicked. No more will I seek the mystery buried in the earth's deep core. No more will I respect Delphi, Elis, or Olympus, if God's truth is not fulfilled on earth. O Zeus, reveal your power. O King, O Lord of all, if that be true, reveal your eternal power to us. The prophecies of Laos wither, and they die. Apollo is forsaken. Faith and reverence are no more. Enter Jocasta.
My lords of Thebes, I have come here with wreaths and incense to visit the shrines of the gods. Oedipus is deeply troubled, haunted by images of terror. He will not trust his reason as before. The new prophecies frighten him, as did the old. He listens to anyone who speaks of disaster for our house. Nothing I say will comfort him, and so I turn to you, Lord Apollo, since you are closest to our grief. I bring my prayers and petitions to you. Grant us deliverance from this curse. We are like sailors in a storm when they see their helmsman's terror. Oh, help us, Lord.
Enter Messenger.
Friends, can you direct me to the palace of the king, or better yet, to the king himself?
This is his palace. The king is inside. This is his wife, the mother of his children.
May the gods bless her and all her house, and bring happiness to everyone.
Greetings to you. Your kind words deserve a kind reply. Why have you come? What is your news?
It is good both for the king and the royal house.
Then speak. Who sent you?
I come from Corinth. The words I bring may bring you joy, though they are not without some pain.
What is it? How can there be both joy and pain?
The people of Corinth have resolved to make Oedipus their king.
Is not the aged Polybus still king?
No, my lady. He is dead and in his grave.
The father of Oedipus is dead?
If I tell a lie, may I die myself.
Quick, take this news to my lord. You oracles of the gods, where are you now? Oedipus spent his life running from his father. He was in terror that he would kill him. And now not his son's hand, but the hand of fate has cut him down.
Enter Oedipus. My queen, Jocasta, why have you summoned me from the palace?
Hear this man, and as he speaks, think of what has become of the solemn prophecies.
Who is he? What is his news?
He has come from Corinth, and his news is this. Your father, Polybus, is dead.
What? Let me hear it, stranger, from your mouth.
It cannot be said more plainly. Polybus is dead.
Did he die by treachery or from disease?
It takes so little to send an old man to his rest.
When the poor man died of sickness.
Yes, he had lived a long life.
Ha! Oh, my wife, where are the oracles now? Why believe in the screams of whirling birds? The Delphic god had sworn that I would kill my father, but he is dead and in his grave, and here I stand. I never drew my sword. Perhaps they might argue that he died of grief for his long-absent son. But only in that sense could I have killed him. But no, the oracles are dead. Like Polybus, their words are turned to dust.
Did I not say that this is how it would be?
You did, but my own fear betrayed me.
Then never think on it again.
But yet, I'm afraid of my mother's bed.
You are a mere man, the plaything of fate. You cannot know the future, so why be afraid? Live your life from day to day. Have no more cares. Do not fear this marriage with your mother. How many times have men lain with their mother in their dreams? If you have sense in that head of yours, you will not be troubled by such thoughts.
I want to be as confident as you, but my mother is still alive, and so I harbor still some fear.
But your father's death is filled with light.
Yes, but I am afraid of the living.
Who is this woman that you fear?
Merope, Polybus's wife,
Why should you fear her?
an oracle from the gods filled with terror.
It is a secret. Or may a stranger hear of it?
It is no secret. Apollo once prophesied that I would lie with my own mother and with these hands kill my father. That is why for all these years I have stayed away from Corinth. I traveled far but always longed to see my parents' faces.
This was the fear that turned you into an exile?
And the fear of killing my own father.
Well, since I came to bring you pleasure, why should I not free you from this fear?
You would be well rewarded.
I confess I hope to profit when you return to Corinth.
I will never go near my parents' home.
Then, my son, you do not know what you are doing.
How so, old man? Tell me all you know.
Is this why you are afraid to come home?
Yes, in case the word of the gods comes true.
You are afraid that you will be cursed through your parents?
I fear it now. I have feared it always.
My son, your fears are baseless.
How baseless.
Polybus had no blood ties to you.
Are you saying that Polybus was not my father?
No more your father than I am,
But you are nothing to me.
nor was he.
Why then did he call me his son?
Long ago I gave you to him as a gift.
What? But he loved me like a son.
He had no children of his own. You touched his heart.
Was I a foundling? Did you buy me?
I found you in the woods of Cytheron.
What were you doing there?
I was a shepherd. I tended the mountain flocks.
A wandering shepherd? A hired hand?
Yes, but the man who saved your life.
Saved my life. How? From what?
Your ankles will tell the story.
Why remind me of my childhood pain?
I removed the pin that bolted your feet together.
Yes. From my earliest memory, I've had that mark.
That is why you were given your name.
Who did it? My father? My mother? Tell me.
I do not know. The man who gave you to me may know more.
I thought it was you who had found me.
No, another shepherd gave you to me.
Who was he? Can you tell me who he was?
He was one of Laius's household.
The man who was once the king?
Yes, he was a herdsman for King Laius.
Do you know if he is still alive?
These Thebans here could better answer that.
Does any one of you know this shepherd? Have you seen him in the fields or in the city? Answer me right away. It is time to clear this matter up.
I think he is talking about the very man that we have sent for. But Queen Jocasta would know better than I.
Do you know this man we sent for? Is this the man the stranger speaks of?
What man? Why does it matter? Leave it alone. It is a waste of time to worry about such trivial things.
Trivial? I cannot find out the secret of my birth?
If you care for your life, stop now. No more. My pain is hard enough.
You need not worry. Even if my mother were a slave and the daughter of slaves, my baseness cannot touch you.
Oh, listen to me. I am begging you, seek no further.
I must go on. I must find the truth.
I am only thinking of your own good.
This breaks my patience.
May you never learn who you are.
Bring the man to me. Let her ever boast of her royal name.
I pity you. Pity is the only word I know. The rest is nothing.
Exit Jocasta.
Oedipus, why has the queen left in such anguish? I am afraid of this silence. There is something terrifying hanging over us.
Let it hang there. I have made up my mind. I will find out who my parents were, even if they were slaves. Perhaps, with her woman's pride, the queen scorns my parentage, but I cannot be dishonored. Fortune is my mother. As the moons change, so do my fortunes. If I am her child, why should I fear to trace my birth? I am who I am.
If I am a prophet, if wisdom lives in me, then in all reverence I proclaim that you, Mount Cithaeron, you are the nurse and mother of our king. Before the next full moon we will worship you. Cithaeron, we will dance in your honor. Protector of our royal house, Apollo, Lord, join in the dance. Who gave birth to you, child? Who of the immortals was your mother? Pan, roaming god of the hills, was he your father? Or Apollo, who haunts the woodland meadows? Or was it Hermes of Cyllene? Or Dionysus, who lives among the mountain peaks? Did he take you from the arms of one of his dancing worshippers and smile the smile of a god? Enter shepherd and servants.
You, elders of Thebes, though I have never seen him, I would guess that this is the man we have been waiting for. His age matches well with the messenger there, and I recognize the men who are bringing him as my servants. But you perhaps have seen him before and know him. I yield to you.
I recognize him. He is one of Laius's servants, a simple herdsman, but honest.
Let me ask you, you from Corinth, is this the man you meant?
It is.
Now, old man, look into my eyes and answer me all that I ask. Were you once a servant here?
I was a slave, not bought, but born on the estate.
What was your occupation? Your livelihood?
For the best part of my life, I tended sheep.
What pastures did you use the most?
Cithaeron and neighboring hill.
There you must have known this man.
Why would I? Which man?
This man, here, since you met him years ago.
Offhand, I can't remember. My king, I'm not surprised, but I will awaken his memory. I'm sure he remembers when we both herded our flocks on Cithaeron. He had 2 flocks, I 1. 3 long summers we were friends. Then when winter came, I drove my flock home, and he drove his to Laius's folds. Isn't that what happened? It was a long time ago, but that is all true. Then do you remember giving me a child to bring up as my own? Why do you ask me this question? Because this man who stands before you was that child. Damnation take you. Hold your tongue.
Old man, do not curse him. What you said deserved our displeasure far more than he.
Oh, my king, what did I say that was wrong?
You refused to answer about the child.
He made no sense. He talks like a fool.
If you won't do it voluntarily, I'll make you talk.
I beg you, do not treat an old man like this.
Arrest this man, seize him, and put him in irons.
Alas, what have I done? What is it you want to know?
Did you give this man the child?
I did, and I wish I had died that very day.
And die you will unless you tell the truth.
If I tell the truth, I lose twice over.
This wicked man is still being evasive.
No, I have confessed. I gave him the child a long time ago.
Whose child was it? Was it yours, or was it given to you?
Not mine. It was given to me.
Which of our citizens gave it, and from what family?
Oh, for God's sake, master, ask no more.
If I have to question you again, you are finished.
Well then, it was a child of the house Laos.
Was he born of a slave, or one of Laius's own children?
Ah, I stand upon the razor's edge. What must I say?
What must I hear? But here I must.
No, that the child, so people said, was his. But the lady in the palace, your wife, she could tell you best.
What? She gave it to you?
My king, she did.
For what reason?
To put it to death.
The child's own mother?
She was afraid of a terrible prophecy.
What prophecy?
It was said that he would kill his father.
Did you then give it to this old man?
I felt such pity for the child. I thought he'd take it to the safety of the country. But he saved it for the worst of griefs. For if you are indeed who this man says, God have mercy on you. You were born into a life of misery.
Ah, all has come to pass. All is true. Light of the sun, let me never look on you again. I stand here, the most cursed of men, cursed in my birth, cursed in an incestuous marriage, cursed in the murder of my father. Exit Oedipus.
Oh, you generations of men, your life is as nothing. A man is bathed in fortune's light, and then he fades, and fades into the dark. Your fate I pity, Oedipus, your sad fall, your birth, your very birth into this world. Oh, Zeus, his was the greatest mind of all. He defeated the riddling, sharp-clawed Sphinx and won glory, happiness, and power. He saved us, was our tower and strength. We made him our lord, our king of Thebes. Now, who is more abased, more lost than he? Whose life more desolate, whose grief more deep? Oh, Oedipus, in the same safe bed you were both son and father. How could the palace walls have so long kept their silence? Time, that sees all things, has found you, Oedipus, condemned the incest and the guilt. O son of Laos, I wish that I had never looked on you. On you I pour my grief as on the dead. From you I found new life. In you I close my eyes in grief.
Enter second messenger. O you mighty lords of Thebes, oh, what you must now hear, now see. Oh, how you will mourn, if still you respect this house of Labdacus. No river could wash the bloodstains from this house. What now lies dark will soon be brought to light. Anguish inflicted, all with full intent. Self-inflicted wounds cut deepest of all.
Our past pains were deep enough. What more can you bring?
My story is quickly told and quickly heard. Our queen, Jocasta, is dead.
Alas, poor lady, how did she die?
By her own hand. I was not there to see the horror taking place, but I will tell you as best I can of the wretched lady's suffering. She ran into the forecourt of the palace. She was in a frenzy. Then she raced towards her bridal chamber. She was tearing her hair with both hands. When she was in the room, she slammed the huge door shut. Laius, oh Laius, she cried, called on her husband dead so long ago. She cast her mind upon the child that he had fathered, the child that had cut him down, the child who lay with his own mother and fathered the most monstrous brood. She cursed the bed that had fathered a husband by a husband, and children by a child. What happened after that I cannot tell, for Oedipus burst in on us screaming aloud. All of us fixed our gaze upon him as he ran about in all directions. We did not witness the last agony of her life, for he ran up to us and demanded a sword, called on the wife that was no wife, the mother of his children and of his cursed self. Some god must have entered him then in his madness. It surely was no mortal, not one of us. With a terrifying scream, as though someone called him from the other side, he hurled himself against the doors of her chamber. The hinges buckled, snapped, and he rushed inside. That's when we saw her. She was hanging there with a noose around her neck. When he saw her, he roared like a madman and unhooked the noose. Her poor body lay there on the ground, and then, oh, the terror. He tore the brooches from her robe and raised them and plunged them into the sockets of his eyes. He shouted aloud, "No longer shall these eyes see such agony as this. No longer see the things that I have done, the things that I have suffered. Those whom you should never have seen will now be shrouded in darkness, nor will you know those whom you love." And as he cried these words, not once but many times, he stabbed his eyes until the blood ran down his cheeks and matted his beard. Ah, not drop by drop, but in a stream of black rain. This is the horror that has struck them both, man and wife alike. Till now this house was blessed with fortune, but from this day, grief, ruin, death, and shame, all ills that have a name, all are theirs.
Is there no respite from his pain?
He cries aloud to unlock the doors and let all Thebes look upon him, his father's killer, his mother's... I cannot speak the word. He swears that he will exile himself from this land. He will not stay to bring upon the house the curse he himself pronounced. But his strength has left him. He has no one to guide him. The torture that he suffers is more than any man can bear. He will show himself to you. Even now they are opening the palace gates, and you will see a sight that will provoke his bitterest enemy to tears.
Oh, pitiful, pitiful! Never have these eyes seen such a terrible sight. Sir, what madness descended on you? What god has cursed you with this ungodly fate? You who were the most blessed of men. Oh, wretched, wretched Oedipus, I cannot look upon you. Though I yearn to question and to learn, I must turn my eyes away in horror. Enter Oedipus.
Pity me, pity me. Where upon this earth am I to go in my pain? Where will my voice be carried on the wind? Oh God, where will it end?
A place too terrible to tell, too dark to see.
Yes, even now the dark holds me in its grip. Inexorable, unspeakable, eternal darkness, the pain. Yet again the pain. I am racked with spasms tormented by memory.
The past weighs heavy on the present.
My true and constant friend, you are still beside me. You do not forget me nor spurn my blindness. In my private dark, I still know your voice.
You have done terrible things. But why did you put out your eyes? What demon set you on?
It was Apollo, my friends, Apollo. He did this to me. He buried me in this pain. But it was this hand, no others, that struck my eyes. For why should I have eyes when there is nothing that I yearn to see?
It is all that you say. It is true.
What could I look on to delight my heart? What hear or touch to bring me joy? Now take me from this place, my friends, do not delay. I am, of all men, the most accursed, most hated by the gods.
I hear the depths of your despair, but wish I had never looked upon your face.
I curse the man who pulled the bolt from my feet. He saved my life, but should have left me on the hills to die. This heavy grief would not now lie upon me and those I love.
I share your sad wish.
Then I would never have killed my father, nor married the woman who gave me birth. But now my name will live on as the child unholy, the child who defiled his mother's womb. Was ever man more doomed than Oedipus?
You have chosen a painful path. It were better to be no more than live in darkness.
No. What I have done is right. You cannot change my mind. If I had eyes, how could I look upon my father down below? How look upon my mother? I have sinned against them both. To hang myself would not wash clean that sin. You might say that the sight of children warms the heart, but children born as mine were born. My heart could not feel joy to look on them, nor on the walls and temple statues of great Thebes. No, once I was its king. Now I am nothing. I have condemned myself to this my fate. I have put the brand of murderer upon my own head. How could I have looked my people in the face? No. If I had known how to stop the spring of listening, I would have done so. I would have made this body a prison bereft of sight and sound. Happiness lives only where sorrow cannot reach. Cytheron, why did you keep me safe? Why did you not kill me? Then I would never have had to bear my shame under the world. Polybus, Corinth, oh my home! For that is what I called you then. Home of my ancestors, home to my infant innocence. Now all is turned to filth and evil. O place where three roads meet, O hidden pathway of doom, you drank my blood, drank the blood that these hands shed, my father's blood. You were the silent witnesses to my crime. You drove me here to save the city. O marriage, fatal marriage. You gave me birth, and having spawned you, sowed the seed again and placed upon this earth for all to see the mingled blood of fathers, brothers, children, brides, wives, and mothers. These horrors are the worst that mankind can ever know. Take me then, for to speak of them is living death. Take me from here with all speed. I beg you by the gods, hide me in the earth, kill me, hurl me to the bottom of the sea, anywhere so long as you never see my face again. Come to me. Do not fear to touch this wretched body, please. Do not be afraid. I must bear the burden of my guilt alone.
Enter Creon. Here is Creon. He alone can grant your wishes. He is now sole ruler and guardian of the state.
What words can I find to speak? Why should he trust me? I have treated him like a bitter enemy.
I have not come here to mock you, Oedipus, nor to reproach you for what happened in the past. He speaks to the chorus. You should feel nothing but shame. If you have no sense of human decency, at least show your respect for the sun, the God that gives us light and gives us life. Do not let this man stand here when the heavens and the earth cannot bear the sight of him. Take him to the palace. Only his family should see the pain.
Hear me, please, Creon. You are here and it fills my heart with hope. You are so noble, I so low. I ask of you one thing, not for me, but for you.
What is it?
Send me into exile now. Put me in some desert where I will never again hear a human voice.
This I had already decided. But first I had to consult the god.
The decision was made. Death to the father killer, the murderer. I am he.
Yes, that is what Apollo decreed. But now, in our sudden present grief, we should consult him again.
How could you ask him about such a man as I?
I can't, for even you would believe him now.
Yes, I am humbled now. But I ask you this one thing. Grace the woman who lies within with a burial that only you can command. You are her brother. Touch her with your love for me. Oh, never let this city, this Thebes be cursed with my living body. No, let me live in the hills, on Cithaeron, for that is where my name will ever live. Cithaeron was to be my tomb. My father and my mother wished to bury me there. Now let me find my death upon her slopes, for that is what they wished. This much I know. Disease will not cut me down, nor any common accident. I was saved from death, so I might die in grief beyond all mortal knowing. So be it. I care no longer how fate treats me. But my children, O Creon, for my sons I have less concern. They are men, and they will survive. But my daughters, two sweet innocents, oh, I can see them now, stealing a little of my food, sipping my wine, laughing. Oh, look after them. And one last request. Let me hold them in my arms once more. Let me touch them, and let me weep. O Creon, let your noble heart break. I have no eyes, but I have hands. Let me touch them. Let me feel what once I saw.
Enter Antigone and Ismene.
I have no words. I touch you. I touch you, my pretty ones. I hear your tears. Can this be? Can Creon have given you to me?
I have. I know how much you loved them.
God bless you. May the fates shine warm upon you for your kindness. Not like me. Oh, my children, where are you? Let me take you in my arms. I am your brother and your father. Ah, these hands that touch you now took the light from my eyes. These hands touched the mother that was both yours and mine. I cannot see you, but my eyes still weep. My life to come will be a path of pain. For you, there will be only grief. At festivals, at feasts, you will skulk in the shadows. You will burst into sudden tears. And when you are ready to marry, oh God, no man will woo you. No man will brook the shame. For this shame will cling forever to our house. It will never die. Their father killed his father, spewed the seed where he himself found life, and was the father of these children here. That is what they will say. So no one will marry you, no one. You will be alone forever. Creon, I turn to you now. You must be their father. We who gave them life are dead. They are your family. Do not let them wander forever. They are young. Pity them. Let them live in peace as I wander on the earth. You must be their father now. Do not let them be orphans of the dark, unmarried beggar children. Oh, pity them. They are so young, and now they have nothing. Oh, touch my hand, Lord Creon. Swear pity. My children, my heart is breaking. Give me your word, Creon. Oh, my children, I wanted to talk to you, but you are so young. So young. My last words. Find a home, find happiness, and be more fortunate than I.
Weep no more. Go inside.
I will. But the pain lies heavy.
Weep no more. Time comes. Time comes.
I go, but I have a last request.
Tell me.
Exile me. Oh, send me from this land.
That is what the gods will choose, not I.
But the gods loathe my very being.
Then they will grant your wish.
Take me from this place. I am ready.
Come. But you must let your children go.
Oh, do not take my children from me.
You have nothing now. The power that made you great was your destruction.
Look on this man, you citizens of Thebes. Mankind, look hard. This is and was Oedipus, the man who defeated the Sphinx, the man who became our great and brilliant king. We envied him, we loved him, we admired him. Now he is drowned in a sea of eternal pain. Count no man happy till he dies. Then, free from pain and sorrow, he may lie in peace.